Thank you for joining me again in this video. We are starting from module 6. Okay, so we've completed modules 1 to 5 in the past 2 or 3 videos. So we are continuing the journey of completing the 26 modules for the fundamentals of digital marketing. My name again is Moses Alabi Sama. I'm your tutor for these fundamentals of digital marketing certification. So we'll continue with the same process. Welcome to our introduction to search engine optimization, also known as SEO. In this video, we will explain what SEO is, how search engines understand your website and what they value most. Because when search engines understand your content, it will be known to many more potential customers. Every day, millions of people search online for everything from airline tickets to zoos. That means there are millions of opportunities for businesses to appear in front of potential customers. Let's say you own a small farm and you want to expand by selling your produce online. SEO helps search engines understand better what you have to offer. That means when someone searches using a word or phrase that is a keyword related to your business, like say heirloom tomatoes, you are more likely to appear in their results. When a search engine returns results, some of them are paid advertisements. The rest are unpaid results, which are called organic results. We already know that. Okay? Search engines have formulas or algorithms that help them order the list of results. The search engines constantly scour the web for new content and try to make sense of it. You already know that that is referred to as crawling. Where your website appears in these results is affected by the words you use on your site, that is the keywords that you use on your site, as well as other factors such as how many websites link to yours. That's called backlinks. How many websites that link to your website. The more links that come to your site, that means those sites see you as an authority. So because those sites see you as an authority, Google will keep ranking you higher. But those things are not necessarily the most important thing. The most important things are how you make use of the keywords. Okay, now the goal for all of this is to find the searcher exactly what he or she is looking for on the web. But how does this work? To present the best possible result, the engines, that is the search engines, look for as much information as possible about websites. They might look at how popular sites are or what other people or sites are saying about them. They might consider words on web pages or keywords in the code of a page to better understand the topic. That's why when you have your Google My Business profile, it's very important that you have reviews. The more reviews you have that mention your keywords, the better it will be for your ranking. Each of these components will help search engines find the best match for your search. Search engines can now also consider the searcher's geographic location. That's very important because if someone searches for digital marketing, they don't even have to type in Ibadan or in Lagos. Based on the GPS and their connection to the nearest mobile mast, the network, Google can easily pick up the location where you are. So if you just type in digital marketing training, they won't show you digital marketing training in the UK when you are in Lagos. They'll definitely show you digital marketing training in Lagos. Okay. So are you wondering what they can do to make your site, what you can do to make your site attractive to search engines? We'll talk more on this in other videos, but here is a good starting point. What search engines value most is unique, engaging, relevant content because their job is to find and show the most useful stuff. So there we have it. Search is a simple thing to use, and many of us use it every day. But what's happening behind the scenes is constantly changing. To effectively promote your site online, you've got to keep tabs on what search engines value most and make sure your website gives it to them. And we move along. As we move along, we'll tell you more about how search engines work and help you create a strategy for improving SEO in order to achieve your business goals. You see, what SEO basically means is you will be creating content that has keywords in them so that Google can pick up. I keep mentioning Google because Google is the #1 search engine in the world. Okay, so your goal is to be producing content that has keywords inside those contents so that when someone does a search related to your category and it includes your keywords, Google can easily pick up your profile on the internet. So let's check our knowledge for lesson 1. Okay. Eric is expanding his business by selling fruit and veg online. His website has been up and running for a while, but he is not getting many views or orders online. Eric knows he can improve his search engine results with either paid search or SEO. Okay, take a look at the following search results screen. Where will his website appear in the search results if he purely uses SEO to improve his results? Don't forget, if it's SEO results, that's organic results, it has to be in the middle, and that's it. Okay, so we submit. We move to the next lesson. That's lesson 2 under module 6. You just need to understand this concept before you get into the theoretical part of the training. Okay, so we move on to lesson 2. We check transcript again. Once you have a good grasp of search engine optimization, you are ready to optimize your website. Just follow this step-by-step process to create an SEO plan and learn how to develop, prioritize, and adjust the plan to best suit your goals. Let's say you want to reach new customers for your fresh from the farm fruit and veg online delivery service. Your first step should be keyword research. That means finding out what your potential customers are searching for. We have a video on keyword research in this training. Now, because you need to understand what your potential clients are actually typing in on the internet when they are searching for your type of business. It doesn't necessarily mean that the way you think or type in words will be the same way a potential client will type in the same phrase. That's why it's important that you do keyword research. It is the words that your clients type in on the internet that you also need to use when you are constructing your content. We will get into that in the keyword research video. Are they looking for organic produce, weekly fresh vegetable deliveries? By the way, if you want to learn more about keyword research, check out our lesson about choosing keywords to focus on. Next, consider related topics. Are vegetarian diets popular? Do requests for gazpacho recipes come up? This will help make your keywords more specific and a better match to what your customers are looking for. You should do this at least once a year as part of your SEO plan. Once you have identified good keywords, take a look at how you are doing in search results for those words. How many of these words and phrases bring up your website on a search engine? Are there specific topics that don't bring much traffic to your site? This information will help you figure out what is working for you and what is not. If a popular phrase like fresh farm vegetables isn't pointing customers to your site, you can address those missing pieces in your SEO plan. Once you have discovered gaps in your SEO performance, your next step is to think about how to fix them. Maybe none of the content on your site mentions that you can arrange regular seasonal deliveries. Is no one linking to your site? Perhaps you can invite food bloggers to check out your farm in the hopes that they will mention you in a future blog post. Make a list of anything you think might improve your SEO performance. Okay, so now you have quite a to-do list. Don't worry, it's just time to prioritize. It's natural to want to tackle the items that will give you the biggest bang first, but be realistic. Adding an entire section about sustainable farming methods to your site might require hiring a programmer to help, which might cost a fair bit. In the short term, you could post a quick article about the topic on your blog. That's the importance of Google My Business. Anytime you see a keyword that you are not ranking for on the internet, all you have to do is type that keyword into Google, see the results that come up, and go to the section where it talks about people also ask. That section where it says people also ask, make sure you write 1, 2, or 3 articles that have to do with those keywords and make those keywords the heading in your Google My Business. It's just 300 words. You can get on with that. In the local SEO video, like I said before, we explain how to do all that better. The next step, give yourself a deadline for each task. So you are working through your SEO plan steadily throughout the year. Okay, once you've set this plan in motion, don't just forget about it. Your SEO plan will change over time, but how do you know when it needs updating? One easy way is to check in when you are making other changes in your business, like introducing a new product or redesigning your website. Also remember that search engines release new features and improve their algorithms. For example, many have made adjustments because so many people now search on mobiles. Okay. Finally, adjust your plan when something isn't working. Is there a web page that's not getting much organic traffic? It may need a refresher. Are you attracting visitors to your site but not making sales? Perhaps you need stronger calls to action. Review your results regularly and shift focus to the areas that need help. And that's how you build an SEO plan. So let's recap. Start with keyword research to understand what your customers are looking for. Then use that information to assess your successes and failures. Brainstorm solutions to improve your weak points and prioritize them. And never be afraid to redo your SEO plan based on changes in your world and the world of search engines. Be sure to check out our lesson explaining the SEO process. That has more helpful information to help to get your plan in motion. Okay, so let's check the knowledge. Eric is keen to improve is search engine results, and he wants to use SEO to do it. He has written the step-by-step process for his SEO plan, but it's currently in the wrong order. Can you reorder it? So, what's the first thing you think you should do? Do keyword research. So just drag it. So what will be the next thing? See where I appear. Okay, next thing. Look for gaps in the SEO performance, review results, and adjust plan. Okay, correct. Next lesson. Lesson 3, the SEO process. Okay, so review transcript. In this video, we will explain why search engine optimization is an ongoing process and the steps you need to take to reach your goals, such as discovering the steps you need to take to reach your goals, what words and phrases people use to search for your products or services, and improving the content on your site. There is no shortcut for search engine optimization, which helps you improve your website visibility to people who are searching for products or services like yours. The first step is called keyword research, which is discovering what words or phrases people are looking for when they are searching for products and services related to your business. Let's say you have a small farm and you have begun a fresh fruit and veg delivery service. Once you know what people are searching for, maybe vegetarian recipes or sustainable produce, you can optimize your content and offerings to better match what they are looking for. That might mean posting a weekly recipe or writing a blog about life on the farm. The work of SEO is never done because trends come and go, users can change their behavior, and search engines evolve over time. Your job is to consider how changes will impact your site and what you need to do to continue to attract on-page traffic. Here are 4 quick tips on how to stay up to date on search. 1. Learn how search engines work. Many are blogs that offer updates on new features, algorithm changes, and suggestions on how to better optimize your site. 2. Keep an eye on changes and monitor how they affect your website. For instance, you might read that the major search engines made a change that improves users' experience on mobile search results. If your website is not optimized for mobile devices, you probably want to update your website to be more mobile friendly. Okay? Fine. 3. Find inspiration from other websites. Do they offer free shipping? Are they active on social networks? Do they regularly update their website with photos? Adopt the practices that will work for your own business. And finally, 4. Talk to your customers. They have the best insights on what content your site is missing, features that are needed, or products they are looking for. Even the way your customers describe your products can be a form of keyword research. They likely use those same terms to search. And there you have it, the ongoing SEO process. It's simply understanding what visitors want, creating and sharing the content that they are searching for, and being willing to change tactics when necessary. You see, what all this simply means is when you are the SEO professional, you need to keep knowing the phrases or the keywords that people that are looking for your type of business are typing in on the internet. That means you need to keep monitoring the way people search online. As you go on in the training and like in the SEO video, you will keep learning more. And as you read other content on the internet, you will keep improving what it means to become an SEO professional. SEO is a very important part of digital marketing, and SEO experts are people that are in very high demand in the world today, even in Nigeria. Okay, you will become a professional SEO as we go on in the training. Okay, Eric sells fruit and veg online and is using SEO to improve where he ranks in search engine results. He has researched what people search for to get to his website, and he has created content to match it. Eric's SEO work doesn't stop there though. He has been talking to some friends and they have all offered him advice about how he should keep up with SEO over time. Which advice should he not take? Contract an agency offering top organic search sessions? No. Don't change your keywords as it confuses search engines at the wrong advice. Stay up to date with search engine changes, that's correct. Read about the trends in your industry and use them to create content for your page. That's correct. Get opinions from your customers on what might be missing from your site. Okay, correct. Contract an agency offering top organic search positions. No, that's not necessary. Now, what you need to do, first of all, is to know the keywords that are important to your category. Not necessarily need to start out with contracting an agency offering. Agencies can determine how you rank on organic search results. They can only help with your content. Don't change your keywords. You need to change your keywords all the time to match the reality of the time. Okay, we move on to the next lesson. Okay, lesson 4 now, view transcript. In this video, we will discuss what to consider when selecting keywords so that you can reach your SEO goals and benefit your business. Choosing keywords is the foundation of successful search engine optimization. Why do you need to do keyword research? Here's an example. Suppose someone is looking for fresh berries. What might they search for? It could be simply berries, or it could be strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, or raspberries. If you sell fresh berries, you need to know the terms people use most often when searching. Ideally, you will match your website content to what people are actually looking for. If you don't, there could be a disconnect. Visitors to your site could be looking for one thing while you are talking about another. There are 3 things you should consider when choosing the keywords for your SEO plan. First, frequency, or the number of times a word is searched for. Obviously, you want to include the terms that people search for most often in relation to your product. In the keyword research video, I explained all of this. That brings us to our second consideration, competition. If you have a large established website, you may be able to appear on the search engine results for high volume, highly competitive keywords like fruit and veg. But new sites have big opportunities too. If you are just getting started, look for keywords that have a bit less competition. Only a small number of keywords have very high search volume, but there's a large number that have low search volume. That is what's called the long tail of SEO. It's just like someone looking for digital marketing training. The person most likely will type in digital marketing in Ibadan. Now, that's the main keyword. We call those main keywords the head keyword. But someone that now creates a content that says digital marketing training in Ibadan. Now, that's a long tail keyword. Digital marketing training for graduates, that's a long tail keyword. Digital marketing for undergraduates, that's a long tail keyword. That means you're narrowing it down. Not many people will produce content for digital marketing for undergraduates, but Google sees that as a long tail keyword, but they will still link it up. When someone types in digital marketing in the Bible, Google will still bring up that your content if you have written it professionally and you have enough keywords inside it. Like I said in the keyword research video, you will know how all that is done. Okay. While the keyword strawberries might have a lot of competition, a term like get organic strawberries delivered in Cornwall would be an example of a long tail keyword that might give you more immediate SEO results. For a small business, the long tail is often where you will find your SEO opportunities. It typically takes a website lots of time and focused efforts to appear in the results on searches for popular generic keywords. However, smaller websites may get good rankings for long tail keywords with less effort. Finally, and most importantly, the third consideration is relevance. The keywords you select should closely match what you actually offer. If someone comes to your site looking for strawberries, but you only sell raspberries, they are just going to leave. Make sure your choosing keywords match the intent of the people who are searching. How? One option is to use Google Search Console to see which pages appear in search and get clicks. Stay tuned for our Google Search Console video. Through all your SEO efforts, remember the golden rule. Your site's content should be made for your human visitors, not for search engines. That's very important. Even though you are writing for search engine and for human, you must make sure that the content appeals to humans first, because it is the humans that are doing the search. The search engines are just linking them to the results. Okay. Don't add extra keywords or variations of keywords to your pages. Repeating them unnecessarily is called keyword stalking. That means you just keep repeating keywords even in phrases that are not necessary. And this is against search engines guidelines. So that's what you need to consider when selecting keywords: the frequency, the competition, and relevance. Keeping these things in mind will set you on the right track for successful SEO. So check your knowledge. Eric is optimizing his fruit and veg website for SEO and would like to improve his long tail keywords. Which of these sets of words contains an example of long tail keywords? Okay, we are looking for long tail keywords. Maris Piper potatoes? No. potatoes, farm potatoes, organic potatoes. These are basically head terms. Buy organic potatoes from a family farm. You see, it contains the word organic potatoes. Look at the question again. It says, Eric is optimizing his fruit and veg website for SEO and would like to improve his long-tail keywords. Which of these sets of keywords contains an example of long-tail keywords? Maris Piper potatoes. No. Buy organic potatoes from a family farm. That's the correct one. So we drag that in there. Okay, next lesson. Going to the final lesson for module 6. Okay, so review transcript like we've been doing before. Okay, does search engine optimization seem intimidating to you? One way to tackle SEO is to set clear goals, then measure your progress each step of the way. In this video, we'll talk about why it is important to set SEO goals. We'll look at how you define success, how to decide what to measure, and what tools can help. When you set SEO goals, you can measure, track, and report on the results. You will know which efforts are succeeding and which are not, and then you can adjust things to make it work better. Let's start by identifying your SEO goals. What are you trying to achieve online? How do you define success? Imagine you own a small farm. You probably want to sell fruits and vegetables to as many new customers as possible, and you would like to build relationships with existing customers through good content and hope they eventually return to buy more fruits and vegetables. You've just identified 3 business goals. Conversions. Conversion simply means turning website visitors into paying customers. Don't forget all the people that visit your website are referred to as visitors or traffic. Okay. Then engagement, persuading people to interact with the content on your site. Acquisition, that is getting new customers. Setting SEO goals gives you something to measure to help you better understand how your site is or isn't performing. So how do you find out if you are hitting the mark? Some measurements matter more than others. For example, it's exciting to be #1 in search engine rankings, but it's not a guarantee of success. Here's why. Let's say your farm website is the first result when someone searches vegetable gardens. You are getting a lot of visitors to your site, but not an increase in sales. Maybe that's because people searching for vegetable gardens want to plant a garden, not buy your fruits and veg. The lesson, don't waste effort on keywords that are not relevant to what you do. So, if being #1 isn't your goal, what is it then? Let's come up with a few other ways you might measure success. Remember those goals you set above. Look at those. You can measure conversions by tracking the number of visitors who come to your site and buy fruits and vegetables, or tracking a smaller action that can lead to a sale like signing up for your email newsletter. You can measure acquisition and reach by tracking the number of times your business appears in search results, that is your impressions, and how often people click through to visit your site. And you can measure engagement by tracking what content your visitors read and interact with, such as leaving comments or how many visitors become your fans on social media networks. So how do you track all these things? Analytics tools and webmaster tools provided by search engines can give you this information, often for free. We'll be looking into that in our Google Search Console video. Most major search engines like Bing, Google, or Yandex offer tools like this. They are basically a collection of reports and services that help you track and monitor your website visibility in search. Tools like these tell you which keywords bring up your website in the search result, which web pages they link to, and how many visitors click the link to visit your site. This is valuable information if your goal is to attract customers searching for certain things. Analytics tools can also be used to better understand visitor behavior. They can answer questions like how many organic visitors become customers, which web pages or content on your site turn visitors into paying customers, which content is not performing well. Armed with this information, you can adjust your SEO strategy to do better or evaluate the performance of an SEO agency if you have hired one to help you. So to sum it all up, to understand how your site is performing in organic search results and how it benefits your business, set SEO goals. To measure the success or see where you need improvement, track your performance in various areas. Once your goals are clear and you have tracking tools in place, you are well on your way to success with SEO. Check your knowledge. Okay. Eric has been selling fruit and veg online for a while. He has chosen the keywords that he feels will drive the right people to his website. Now it needs to track the progress of these keywords with analytics tools. What information will analytics give him? Where website visitors are located? Yes. Which website visitors turn into paying customers? Yes. What content visitors interact with? Yes. What customers enjoy? Whether customers enjoy the food and beg they buy? No. Okay, that's great. So we'll do a topic assessment and complete module 6. Okay. Which of the following factors should you consider when optimizing your website for search engines? What should be the first step of a structured SEO plan? Keyword research. When it comes to search ads, which of the following could dictate how an ad will perform against a competitor? When it comes to search ads, which of the following could dictate how an ad will perform against a competitor? The bid value. Okay. Fill in the blank. Short strings of specific keywords with low search volume are called long-tail keywords. They are short strings of specific keywords, but they have low search volume. Which of the following would be an ideal goal for an SEO plan? We have the correct results. Good. We have that settled. So we move to the next topic. Okay, so we've completed that. It's actually bringing me to module 3. Let me change that. Go to module 7. Okay, so we are on module 7 now. Make search work for you. Start learning. Okay, so view transcript. In this video, we'll talk about the simple things you can do to optimize the pages of your site so search engines can find you more easily. Because if they can, so can potential customers. On-page optimization or the changes you can make on your website's individual pages can quickly help search engines better understand your content. Let's say you run a small farm called Blake Produce and are looking to optimize a page about your fruits and vegetables section. There are several elements on your page that can tell the search engine that the page is about fresh fruits and vegetables. These include your meta tags and title, the headings and the page copy itself. So let's start with meta tags and title. These are not something you would see on a web page unless you were looking at its code. They are embedded messages that help the search engine determine what is on the page. In particular, there's the title and the meta description. We'll be looking into this when we are doing content marketing and web designing. The title and meta description are important because they both are used by the search engine to generate the actual search result for the specific page. The title is used to generate the first line shown. The meta description is used to generate the few short sentences that follow. I'm sure we all see all these every day, just because we are just getting used to all those words. They look a little technical. For example, if you type in digital marketing in Canada, for example, okay? Type in digital marketing in Canada. I'll show you what they mean by title, tag, and meta description in the results that will come up. Okay, it's loading. Okay, now these results are this one is called the title tag. Every other thing written here is what is called the meta description. You will notice that some of this is highlighted, then digital marketing. All these phrases here is picked up from the main thing I typed in here, digital and digital marketing. That's why these results were prompted by the search engine. So everything here is called the meta description. The ones written in blue is called the title tag. Okay, so let's go back. We will explain more of that as we go on in the training. The title and meta description are important because they both are used by the search engine to generate the actual search result for the specific page. The title is used to generate the first line shown. The meta description is used to generate the few short sentences that follow. For a page about fruits and vegetables, you will want to make sure that the phrase fruits and vegetables is in both the title and meta description. A good title will be Blake Produce, Fresh Fruits and Vegetables. This describes what the page is about and also highlights your company name. A good meta description is usually 2 short sentences. It should also reinforce the title by using the keyword or phrase again, just like I showed you before. A good description will be Blake's Produce delivers fresh organic, fresh fruit and veg to your home as often as you need it. Order your customizable box online. A title should be sweet, short and sweet. A description should match what the page is about. You should also consider what is on the page itself. What people will visit your website, not just search engines, actually see. There are 2 things you can optimize here to help search engines categorize your content correctly: headings and page copy. Like meta tags, headings are embedded in the HTML code of your page, but they are also visible to people. Often they are displayed at the top of a page. A great heading would be fresh fruits and vegetables, which clearly tells the person what the page is about, but works well for the search engines too. Finally, if you are writing a piece of content about fresh fruits and vegetables, you naturally want to use that phrase in the copy. Don't go overboard and repeat the phrase over and over because search engines may see that as spam. Remember that you are writing primarily for people, so be sure your message is clear. So let's recap what you've done to optimize the farm's web pages. You have looked at each of the major elements used by search engines and in each instance told them this page is about fresh fruits and vegetables. No matter where search engines look, they will see consistent and clear information about what's on the page, and that might help improve your search engine ranking. Okay, so let's check knowledge. Eric Blake sells the produce from his farm online. He wants to optimize the page that sells fruit and vegetables, so he is looking into titles and meta tags, headings, and improving his copy. Can you help Eric choose a suitable title and meta description? Click to select title. Blake's Produce, Fresh Fruits and Vegetables. Click to select meta description. Fresh fruit and vegetables grown locally and delivered straight to your door. Okay, submit. That's correct. We move to the next lesson. Okay, we move to lesson 2 of module 7. We have one more lesson to complete this. Okay, view transcript. In this video, we will show you how to improve your website's visibility on search across the web by encouraging links to your site, engaging with your customers through good content, and promoting your site with social media. Your SEO results are influenced by things you do on your site and things that happen off your site. You see, everything that happens on your site is called on-page SEO. We'll go into that when we are doing the practical part of SEO. And all those things that you do that don't depend on what you do on your site are referred to as off-page SEO. The latter involves what other sites are saying about yours. 2 of your best chances to control these are backlinks and social media. That's backlinks simply refers to the links that people pick from your content. That is, they refer to your content from your site. It's called backlink. So let's start with backlinks. This is the term for a link from another website to your site. Think of links like votes. If you have lots of links to your site, it means many people on the web believe your site has good content. It's called a vote of confidence. Google sees that as you having high authority regarding that topic. Search engines might see these links as a sign that you have a high quality site and perhaps a good option to show searchers. So we've established that links to your site are important, but how do you get them? The key is to think quality, not quantity. In the past, people creating websites focused on getting large numbers of links to promote their position in search engine results. In some cases, these links were irrelevant to their products and services or came from low quality sites. By low quality, we mean websites with minimal content that exist only to link to other sites. Search engines caught on to this and responded by giving less value to sites that try to manipulate the search results, which resulted in a drop in their search ranking. What does this mean for you? Links to your site are great as long as they are legitimate links from good websites. So how can you get more of these good links? The best way is to create great content on your own site. Then others may link to you because they think their audience should see your content. You can also encourage others to write about you and share links to your site. In the SEO industry, this is called content marketing. Content marketing simply means you produce content for your audience that help them solve a problem or meet a need without you having necessarily to sell anything to them. We'll be going more into that as we go on in the training. So what's good content? If you have a small farm that sells fresh fruit and vegetables, it could be a list of top 10 summer foods or the 5 best dishes with broccoli. To create good content, you have to understand who your potential customers are, what they are looking for, and how you can provide it. Okay, let's touch quickly on the other way you can optimize offsite, that's social media. Search engines will crawl any page they can access, including social media sites. That's why social media is a very important part of SEO today. But they generally don't place special significance on your popularity within a social media site. For example, you won't get more credit for having more likes or followers. But using social media is still a great way to reach a bigger audience. It promotes your site, your business, because it helps people discover your content and encourages them to interact with you. By the way, if you want to learn more about using social media for your business, we have an entire lesson about it. To sum it up, off-site optimization is a valuable way to potentially increase your search engine rankings. The best way to support off-site optimization is by creating good content that establishes your site as a quality resource, attracting visitors who then share it across social media. Check your knowledge. Eric is working on a site which sells produce from his farm. He is thinking of different ways to improve his site so that it can appear on more search engine results and get more traffic. Which of these ideas will help improve his search visibility? Write recipes that use vegetables that he sells. That's correct. Get lots of likes or followers on social media, no. Encourage others to write about his website, yes. And add lots of links to the website as only necessary. Submit. We move to the final lesson of this module. Okay. View transcript. In this lesson, we will explain how search engine optimization strategy can help your business reach international prospects and customers. If your potential customers are in different countries or speak multiple languages, there are many aspects to consider. We'll go over the most important ones: language, localization, and country targeting. First things first, you need to speak your customer's language, literally. There are some SEO guidelines for websites that offer content in multiple languages. The first is to make sure that each page in a different language has its own unique web page. Why is that important? Let's say you grow avocados in the UK and you want to sell your prime product to other countries. Web design technology makes it possible to have English language content on a web page, say www.example.com/avocado.html, but allow visitors to click a button to view the same page written in French. Sounds great, right? The problem is that humans can click that button, but search engines can't. A better approach is to separate each translated version on its own web page. In this example, it would be much better to place the French version on its own page with a separate URL. Okay? The second thing to keep in mind, mixing languages on the same page, this is a big no-no. For example, when half your content is in French and the other half is in English, search engines can't decide what language your content is in. It's better to use different pages for different languages. Next, avoid using automated services to translate your content. Have a piece of content about organic produce that needs to be in French. Get a real-life person to translate it for you. That is, don't use automated translation tools. Why is this necessary? Search engines don't value content generated from automated translation tools. Even worse, the page might be considered spam. Translation service may cost you a bit more upfront, but you will likely have higher quality content that can drive better results for your business. If you have taken the time to translate content, some search engines allow you to add language annotations to your web pages. These annotations help search engines serve the right content to the right person based on his or her country or language. Let's imagine you are a farmer who ships delicious fruits and vegetables across borders. You have created some great content for your UK clientele, but you have also had the same content carefully translated into German for your market in Germany. One such page is about your avocados. As a farmer, you will expect your German avocado page to show up on a search results page for your prospects in Germany, and your UK page for customers in the UK. To help search engines discover this alternate content, in this case, you'll be able to add an annotation to each English and German page. These tags will mark your pages so search engines can serve up the right version of your content to viewers in their respective countries. When you explore annotations a bit further, you'll see that they can be great tools for more advanced multilingual and multinational setups. That covers some of the structural considerations for adding different languages to your site. But even if you don't add multiple languages, there are other considerations for customers in different countries and markets. Start by thinking about what information will be useful to them. Do you need to provide product prices in different currencies? Do they use a different system of measurement, metric versus imperial? For example, would customers weigh your avocados in kilos or pounds? Did you include local addresses and phone numbers so that they can contact you? Do you need to list your business hours in different time zones? These are all small things you can do to make sure your website remains useful to potential customers in different countries. There are also signals to help search engines understand your content is relevant to international markets. Beyond language and localization, you can help search engines understand the country or countries you are targeting. For instance, if your website has a country code, top-level domain name, CCTLD for short, is a strong indication that your site targets a specific country. An example of a UK site would be avocado.com.co.uk. For Germany, that site might be avocadofarm.de. For Nigeria, it would be .com.ng. And if it doesn't, what if you have a generic domain such as www.example.com? Search engines may use a number of factors, including where your website is hosted, its IP address, and information on your web pages. You can still help your site and its content to be more visible to international prospects by using country targeting tools such as those found in Google Search Console. And there you have it. As you start promoting your site in other countries, keep three things in mind: language, localization, and country targeting. If you do, you can adjust your website and SEO strategy to make your website an international success. Want to learn more? Be sure to check out our lessons about international marketing and export. We'll get to that. So let's check our knowledge for this final lesson. Eric's farm-produced business started locally in the UK, but he started getting orders from overseas as well. Not wanting to miss this opportunity, Eric decides to optimize his website to an international audience. What should he avoid doing? Select the things Eric should avoid, then select Submit to remove them. Okay? Separating out each language into different pages, that's correct. Having different languages on the same page, should avoid that. Adding language annotations to his web pages, that's correct. Using automated services to translate content, you should avoid that. Okay, that's right, great work. So we go to the topic assessment for this module. Which of the following page titles would be most suitable for a website page describing a store's return policy? Which of the following is a good way to get other websites to link to your site? Keep linking to them until they link to you. Send them emails until they link to you. Building relationships with similar sites. Okay? When expanding a business internationally, which of the following is most important to provide on your site? Time and dates written in the local products and delivery details in the correct currency, exchange rate information, time and dates written in the local rates. Okay? When expanding a business internationally, which of the following is most important to provide on your site? Products and delivery details in the correct currency, time and dates written in the local currency, products and delivery details in the correct currency. Good. So that's it for modules 6 and module 7. So in the next videos, we'll be continuing with the fundamentals of digital marketing in modules 8, modules 9, and modules 10. See you in the next video.